what is our quest tonight? What is our music quest? We did 70s this morning and trailed off with the 60s. Do you want to go by a genre? You want to play... Well, you know what? Let's do this. Let's see what... Is there an Everclear radio? Let's play Everclear radio.
You say Everclear, sir?
That's right. I love Everclear. They're probably my favorite of the bands. Alright, greetings and salutations everyone. My name is Samius and we are continuing on our epic quest to reach level 20. We're currently level 4. It just started today, so we have a few minutes to go. And also, we are playing a Wizard Life. Our icon is updated. Yay! Thank you, phone. But I already knew I was live. But stay happening.
Wait, I now own Ravenloft.
Hmm?
I just bought Ravenloft.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
By
the way.
I decided just to get the adventure pack and do it the cheapest possible.
Like I said, that's a perfectly reasonable option for Ravenloft, I think. Yeah, let's see this.
And since I'm doing Ranger Lives, and I can use just the basic Heart of Wood since I'm not changing any of my character levels, right?
Yeah, you want a heroic Heart of Wood, and that'll take you back to level 1 as a whatever you want. Just make a new character screen.
Okay.
Anyway, greetings and salutations all. That disembodied voice you hear, that's not mine, is Bard. Bard, hello. This is your chance to say hello now.
Yeah, hi.
There you go, perfect, you did it. Alright, so we're going to clean up the solo quest, and then I think we're going to go start with, I'm trying to think what it's called. The, Ironstone Inlet quest. There's a lot of chests in Ironstone Inlet. The XP's at the right level, and I'm looking for mimics. I need 20 more mimics to get my next piece of gear. I want to go ahead and get the Necklace of Glibness, whatever it's called. I just want to get all this level 4 mimic gear, and if I can earn a higher level belt, I will do that too. I really think I would like to acquire the level, I think it's 12 belt. The 8 belt probably would not be so bad either, but it's not good enough that I wouldn't just leave my level 4 on until level 8, 9, where I can put on my Giant's Gird or whatever it's called from Titan Raid. So it's kind of in a weird spot. So I'm going to try to do... Huh, that's kind of interesting. We'll take it. I don't think we're going to use it, but we might give it to Shu. Shu sometimes like weird bastard swords like that. Anyway, it's at a weird spot where it's not quite good enough to use all the time, but it's pretty good. I don't know, it's in that bubble. It's in that weird bubble. Alright, so Ironstone Inlet. Let's get her done. And by myself, which usually means I can ramp the skulls up, because I can play by myself a lot safer than I can play with others. But I'm not sure I'm completely comfortable as a level 4 wizard yet. So we'll just keep it R1. Is that the most chicken shit way of like talking yourself out of doing something awesome?
Sure.
I feel like it is. My YouTube page isn't working. Why don't you reload it then? Or stop, or just go straight to the YouTube?
So, question, sir, that I think you have the answer to.
I have all the answers. I have every answer.
If I use a tome of permanent skill boost, does that work through the relife or no?
Any tomes basically grant you feats. and they specifically grant you feats that stick on your character forever. So the short answer is yes. The long answer is yes, but the long answer is why. But yes, they do.
So if I boost my intelligence to help with my ability to cast spells with a tome of +3.
Yep.
Or to 4, that'll
Yep, tomes do continue through lives, and then they will so like you have like a +5 or +7 or whatever tome. What's going to happen is the double reaper right off the bat. Can we get the bugbears down here started on these reapers? So far so good. Got Roman characters back there. These reapers just give no shits. They just do not care that they're busy being attacked by multiple.
I'm sure that's not intelligence would help my ability to cast, right?
As a ranger.
Or is that wisdom? Yes.
No. You want to
wisdom?
Wisdom. Intelligence gives skill points for you. Will be the main perk of intelligence for a druid. Oh good, my bard is down. That's great. That sounds fair. Get this witch doctor snagged. Let's get this witch doctor snagged. Nope. Yeah, our spells are not quite landing consistently as I would like.
Okay, it says I have no inherent bonus to wisdom to upgrade.
It's probably true. Do you have a wisdom tome already? Did you buy upgrade tomes?
I probably did.
Okay, well if you bought upgrade tomes, that means you have to have some place to start upgrading from.
It is an upgrade tome. Great.
So what did you end up getting?
+3 to +4.
So now you need +3 tomes to start with. So, how many of those did you get?
Just one.
Okay. Did you buy it out of the store, I presume?
Yeah, the DDO store I did.
I might message them and just tell them that you purchased the incorrect thing and you would really like to instead buy a regular +3 tome and see if they can help you through customer service. They may not.
Or I can just buy a +3 tome of wisdom.
You can, but it's going to cost you a lot more by the time it's all said and done. Flameborn or a... Yeah, I guess we release the Flameborn. And have the Flameborn fight the Soul of Ice. Who shall win? Well, looks like it was the Ice. Stupid Ice Souls. Hopefully everyone's having a good time. Hopefully people will start trickling in as well. I know that Voodoo just ended with I think like 17 people watching his stream. I didn't quite get started before he logged off. I was kind of half listening, half watching, half just hanging out with the boys. Getting prepped for this, like getting gear worked out and stuff like that. Speaking of gear, I crafted a Spire Lore combustion ring for those of you who are interested, and also I went ahead and I grabbed my couple of items from the festival that I wanted to try at level and see if they're any good. Apparently you have to actually hit the guy for that one.
Second one is the...
What?
So, just to give you a general idea, my paycheck actually hits at midnight. So, I'm using PayPal because I've got my bank account linked. And to charge to the bank account, it takes 3 days. But I've also got my debit card linked. And that takes, like, instantaneously. So, if I accidentally use the debit card payment info, I'm in trouble. But if I use the bank one, it'll pull out on Saturday morning and I'm fine. And I can go ahead and buy my tomes. Which I did, but it but now I've got my my bank account on, or my PayPal on there twice. I don't know. It doesn't say which one's a card and which one's a debit card account. I've got my subscription on the one that's got the credit card on it. And I tried to remove the bank account one version so that I could just log back into it, re-add it as a payment to buy DDO points again, but it didn't actually remove when I clicked delete.
Yeah, those all sound like really complicated problems that I'm glad I don't have.
Okay, great. I got it to work. So now let's buy more DDO points.
Yeah, see, this is where I would just be patient and wait until I knew my check.
No, I got it all figured out, though.
What is upstairs causing my dogs to go ape-ass?
Is there a squirrel on your window?
No. My dogs are just crazy sometimes.
Is your wife cooking bacon?
No. They don't go crazy about that either.
Well, hey, that would set my dog off.
That's like the noise where their master has gone outside without their permission. Kind of level of barking, you know? Like, aka anybody has entered or left the house for any reason, level of barking. But it's 10:10. I can't imagine she's done anything. Man, that's got a long arse cooldown. Alright. Let's charge in here bravely. Put that guy to dance and kill it. Gotta be bold with these Plague Reapers.
So I've got premium. I've got enough wisdom I can cast spells now. I've got Ravenloft. Anything else I would possibly want?
Right this minute, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. So I'm gonna have to go check on my dogs in some moment here.
Alright, I'm gonna have to go get water anyway, and you're still a good 3 levels under me. I assume at probably like level 5 I could run stuff with you, because you'll be running things that are level 7 on Elite.
So the way Reaper stuff works, it's weird. So maybe it really depends on the quest. Long story short,
Okay.
I do things in a particular order to make sure I have plenty of XP throughout the leveling process. But we'll see. Maybe.
Okay. Let me know.
Yep, I will definitely do that. Alright. I gotta get this cleared, and then I'm gonna go check and see what's going on with the dogs. Noise like that is danger barking, unfortunately. And it could just be that there's somebody, the wife is talking to somebody, like the wife or the mother-in-law came over or something. Or it could be that there's legit danger. So, give me just a minute, everybody. I'm sorry. I love you, baby. Okay, so the dog was just being stupid. I have no idea what's going on. My wife was just sitting on the couch, like reading Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and they just were barking their heads off for no reason apparently. Like I come upstairs, I walk out in my office, and my wife's on the couch. I'm just like, they're just barking? She's like, yep. Okay.
Out of curiosity, besides Ram's Might, is there anything else that's good?
Barkskin's okay. Longstrider's okay.
That's not a Barkskin. That's not a
yeah, it
level
is.
1 set.
I have no idea if it is. Level 1, definitely the first and most important is gotta be Ram's Might. Good morning, Infantly.
Bark is going to be a level 2 spell, my guy. Or I would take it. It's not here. Yeah, Bark Skin is not on the level 1 list.
I have no idea what level anything is. I can tell you what's on the wizard trees. 'Cause I'm a wizard. I'm a wizard, Harry. I'm a hairy wizard.
I need chameleon tails and what?
Chameleon Tails are the bard component for level 1 bard spells.
And Ranger, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, it's not. Sorry, Ranger and Druid.
Thematic, verbal. Oh, so there's no material component for the Ram Smite. Well, that's good.
It is good.
I need Chameleon Tail and a lot of it.
Didn't memorize second level spells when I leveled up earlier today, but fortuitously the spells I had chosen for my level 2 spells did not require components, so I'm able to cast them when I prepared them at the shrine, because wizards are awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely good.
Alright, let's get
I should be dealing more damage now because Ram Smite.
I see you chose Arty instead of Rogue. I did. I put it up to the chat to kind of decide, and people kind of were like back and forth, and then finally I was like, well,
that's the hammer and chain. That's not gonna help me.
If we don't get a clear winner here, I'm just gonna pick Arty. And then about 12 people in a row all went Arty, 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 Arty. So
oi, oi, oi.
There's not a ton of differences between. It's just a matter of, would you rather have the ability to use a rune arm or the ability to get evasion? Because I will end up taking 2 levels of whatever class I splash. Generally around level 12 or so is usually when I feel like I
headed to the
need
marketplace to find Chameleon Tails. Sorry, continue.
To catch up. Did you find a guild?
I did not know.
Okay, I was gonna say, if you found a guild, they might have some on the guild airship. The a vendor.
Some random dude got my wizard, but my level 7 does not.
Alright, so I have 2 dangerous ones here. I'm trying to figure out how I want to approach this particular fight. There it is. Thank you for making the opportunity apparent. Dinks. And that is why we wizard, boys. That is why we wizard. Oh, he saved? How did that giant guy save? Giant bi guy. I don't know what his sexual orientation is. I don't know if he's a bi guy. Alright. Resurrect, please. Resurrect, please. Don't shrine. No one told you to sit down.
Don't you know that Jack Flash sat on a candlestick?
Jack, somebody sat on a candlestick? That sounds unpleasant.
Jack Flash.
Jack Flash. Jack be nimble?
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack Flash sat on a candlestick.
I feel like that's not how that goes.
That's how that goes. It's song lyrics, not the actual thing, but that is how that goes.
You. Stop barking. Lay down. Yeah, that's what I thought. If you're gonna be in here, lay down. Be quiet. Little Miss Troublemaker herself decided to join us.
Oh boy.
In the office today. So she had better hush it.
Watch her just completely ignore that part.
She laid down. She's being good. She's a good girl. She's a troublemaker. She's a good girl.
Oh yeah, you forgot to tell me that I'm supposed to be gutting the cat. Gizmo, come here.
Yeah, that sounds like an IBC problem. IBCing my way out of it.
I'm actually gonna gut the cat.
You say you're gonna do something, you should do it.
More trouble than it's worth.
if you're not gonna follow through with your own word, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I'm not looking to get kicked out of the house for gutting the cat. Catch my drift. The cat is more important than I, sir.
Well, yeah, because everyone's fur babies are more important than actual babies. Like, there's a thing that floats around various places, but it's like a dog sitting on a couch or something. It's like, I'm not a pest. You're a guest here. They love me more than you. And, yes, I'm going to smell you. Yes, you're going to get covered in hair. Deal with it. This is my house. Or something like that. Well, yeah, kind of. That's how it goes.
Baiting the best quest line for me to choose. Also in the wrong area, so that wouldn't help me at all. Back through that door. Remember, Bard is a dunder skull.
Dunder, 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 skull. Dunder skull. Like that?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Ooh, we'll go with that.
I bet you had no idea that would just so easily be put to music.
Yep, no clue. I'm gonna go get water before we get any farther into this.
You keep saying that you're gonna get this water, but...
Yeah, and well, I did the skill thing, and then I went to get... I remembered I needed to pick the spells, and then I needed to buy chameleon tails, and now I'm actually going to get water. Cheese sticks.
Yeah, I'm so not hungry. Dance, fool, dance. Oh my goodness, this guy. Would not take the limousine to the store because it costs more. I would continue to save dollars. All right, 3 more barrels of the heavy goodness here. All right. That was unexpected. We gotta get this Famine Reaper locked down. Oh, we're taking the beatings. Alright, we gotta move back. We're too far away from the hirelings to rescue us in case of an emergency. Alright, let's get the hirelings to throw us heals. Alright, or pretend to throw us heals at least. Come on, guys. You guys gotta make with the heals here. Uh-oh, I got a message from B-Love. Said something about garden. I'm assuming he's at Olive Garden. That's the only garden I can think of. Stop! You're not to attack those guys. This scurvy bastard. That's funny because his name is Scurvy. I'm going to put Intimidate on my bar. That's right, kids. A wizard's going to put Intimidate on his bar. Rawr. What is my Intimidate at right now? 14. Get on my bar. Alright. Good job, lads. Alright, yes, this dagger looks like it's less damage, but it's keen. And has a extended critical and a ×3 modifier built in. So this thing is actually a... Right? This one? Yeah, this one's a keen one. So it is actually a little crit machine. Which cannot be underestimated how the value of criticals are. Alright, Velo says, I'm golden at CMA Awards. I just get randomly weird things from him.
Alright, I am back. Cheese sticks were not to be had. They've hit it. I eat too many cheese sticks, apparently. They're supposed to technically be for my little brother. They didn't tell me this in advance.
You're a grown-ass man.
Cheese sticks.
You should not be eating cheese sticks all the time. You should not be swimming in bathtubs completely naked, nothing but a bunch of hot dogs and cheese sticks. Cut it out. Inappropriate. Inappropriate, Bard. Inappropriate.
That's not how that works.
You feel like that's completely normal, and at least stop putting them back in the refrigerator when you're done. Come on, man. Nobody wants that. Or at the very least, wash them afterwards.
Could I probably do Party Crashers on Elite?
Yeah.
Well, it's a level 5 normal.
You can do anything you want. You can do anything you want. It's DDO, man. It's D&D. Never kissed a girl before. It's D&D. Fighting at the monsters of yore. It's D&D. You ever heard that song? Stephen Lynch. It's pretty great. It's D&D.
I've heard of Stephen Lynch.
Yeah, he's got a great little bit. Great little stand-up special where he and another guy sing that song. It's D&D. They're talking about Mountain Dew and Funyuns sitting in their mom's basements playing D&D.
And do a ridiculously small amount of damage. No, I cannot do this. I cannot do this. Even with a healing cleric hireling, I cannot do this on Elite. We're out. We're out.
Why is your damage down? Why is your damage less? Your damage should not be less.
I hit him 4 times, and I didn't even do an 1/8 of his health, Sam. Don't ask me how.
Okay, so maybe what's going on is you're just terrible. But maybe what's going on is the monsters have more hit points than you are doing percentage-wise. What is your actual weapon dice? What is your actual damage doing?
4 to 11 on a 1d8.
But I mean, when you actually hit a monster, what is it actually showing? Maybe this is what you need to do, Bard. There's an explorer zone in the marketplace called
Cerulean Hills?
No, that's in the harbor. It does start with an S, though. Which is why I tend to loop them together in my brain. I forget what it's called. But it's in the... Let's call it southwest corner of the map.
Nearing Heights?
Yes, Syrian Heights. Go
That's
explore
a desert
that.
place.
No. Go explore that.
I've never been to the Searing Heights.
You will
so
need a Featherfall item to get all the explorer zones.
Item.
Okay, well then you're good. That's all you need. You need a bow and a Featherfall item to get all of the explorer zones. If you can complete that, then you can complete anything.
We're about to find out.
And by that I mean it's
Okay.
quite simple, and everyone should love Explorer Zones as much as I do. I love Explorer Zones. They're some of my
I love
favorites.
Explorer Zones. This is my first time in this one, so...
Yeah, there you go. You'll be great. So you'll have some rare spawns. You'll have some places to stand on to give XP.
32.
And then if you get all of the places where you get XP, then you'll get extra XP for completing them all. It's great. You'll love it. It's the best thing since TR Day.
71? A hit? Relatively?
You're doing fine. 71. That's probably a crit. So you need to figure out what your regular damage is. You're not crit damage.
They're all showing... that one was a 59 hit. That's the lowest I've seen.
That's not bad then. 59. It's pretty reasonable.
For level 7, yeah.
Like, I'm doing 34s. But I'm on Reaper 1, so that's probably higher. Where's this bloody dog then? Dance light bearing scum. Oh, I got tripped by that bugbear. Now he's all sticky. I made that guy all sticky. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy in my pants. Both literally and physically. Because of the sticky goodness. Oh man. I should have went to the restroom before I started tonight's stream. It's gonna be a rough one. Oh lads. Tonight's stream may not be as long as normal. I may have to run to the restroom screaming emergency. Emergency! Where's that dog?
While your wife just sits there being like, I married a weird one.
Oh, she knows what that means. That means I ran to the restroom because I was going to soil myself. Or I just wanted to make sure the bathroom was clear so I can get to the bathroom without interruption. One of the two.
An often enough occurrence that she knows that signal.
I always yell emergency when I go to the restroom.
Oh.
Emergency! So, one of my favorite TV shows of all time is the British television program called Coupling.
Okay.
And it's a British sitcom about a group of friends, and like it's funny. It's a funny
That was
British.
a 30 hit. Ugh.
Is a very funny British comedy. Okay. And one of the things that's so funny is one of the characters runs in season 2. He's kind of nerdy. He hasn't had like a real serious girlfriend, but he's like obsessed with all things sexual. So apparently he and his girlfriend sexual.
That was a 200 hit. That was a 200 damage crit.
Yeah, that's a good crit. Good crit. So
or 120.
apparently they like to do a little bit. His new girlfriend likes to do a little bit of like. Oh, this is bad news. Bad news bears right here. I'm getting trick death probably. All right, let's call in Ellery. Oh, Ellery, I need you to come save me faster than you're doing. No, we're gonna get dead. Oh. If Ellery just walks in and doesn't teleport on top of me, what she's doing, she's walking in. Yeah, girl. You never let me down. You never let me down. Alright, let's finish this ward.
Your luck with Ellery is something totally different than most people's luck with Ellery.
Oh, because I love her. She's my secret girlfriend. Like Lana.
Yeah.
Alright, so anyway, in the course of events, apparently...
Twice by me. Probably just twice.
Apparently this guy...
I've been here, yeah.
Manages to...
breaking it and then dumping it, putting new in.
Manages to swallow handcuff keys that he has just handcuffed his girlfriend to the bed. So his emergency is that he's ran to all the shops and he needs to know how long guts take. And that is just one of the funniest scenes in television, in my opinion, of all time. A lot of coupling has a lot of really great moments, actually. It's very, very good. I wish they could have done... The first 2 seasons were like 11 out of 10s. And then season 2, the Jeff character left. And they added a different guy. Yeah, in season 3. They added a different character to kind of fill that hole in the cast when he left. And it...
Does the Jeff character say my name's Jeff by chance? Is that where that's from?
I mean, he might at some point, but he doesn't do that a lot. That's not like a thing that he does consistently enough. I could be like, yeah, that comes from that show.
I think it's just a meme, but most memes come from a television show or some type of game, so I just kind of figured.
Yeah. Like, if you ever saw someone go, "Oh, Jeffrey," you could blame that on there, but yeah. Anyway, I believe it's on Netflix. It was on Netflix for a time at least. It's worth watching if you've never seen it. We actually watched the first episode. Oh, it's on Hulu. We actually watched the first episode on stream one day, like taking up, I don't know, like the upper 9th of the screen maybe. And that gave us our 90-day ban on YouTube. So like,
I think Twitch allowed it, right? Because they're doing the whole watch party thing.
Twitch let it go. Twitch didn't have any problems. YouTube's only problem was it showed a third-party ad. So like the side, like if you're looking at the stream now, roughly that size of my screen was playing the show, roughly, give or take. And they gave me that 90-day ban right there, and basically reset my counter on getting my becoming a YouTube partner and starting to get my money from ads. Which is why I basically gave up on trying to get my YouTube dollars and just go straight to the viewers for support.
The green dungeon awareness? How do I even do? Anyhow, that's a mimic. Not expecting a mimic.
Congratulations.
Mimics are still in the game.
They're in the game until probably next Monday.
Getting hit with a knife out of nowhere. Okay. That's accurate.
From years away.
Like I can't even register the enemy that's throwing it at me.
Not talk to somebody?
Excuse me. Where? Where am I being hit from, Gandalf?
Who did I not talk to? I'm really confused. I missed it. There we go. Like I missed a crewmate. There we go. Okay. Came in through the window.
Hit with my bow is all based on dex damage. Helps with dex, right? Strength and damage. Oh, well, it's a direct damage buff, so.
Bachelor is streaming, according to according to this. I haven't seen Batch in a long time streaming. Give me my pile of XP, please. I need to go kill this Snark Tongue. Man, I just like missing all sorts of parts of this quest today. I may not be that awake. I've definitely got a migraine working its way in that I'm not really looking forward to dealing with. In fact, I had the wife make me a pain oil mixture before I started the stream in hopes that I could avoid it. Oh, come on. Just
that was unsuccessful, I'm assuming?
I mean, it's definitely... It was not in full gear yet. So, it's not being terrible yet. It's just... It's definitely starting to distract me already. There we go. There's a chest over there, though, lads. So, Ellery, please make with the heals. Bard, kill the things. And I'm gonna stand here and sword things. And
Expecting a bard to kill the things?
Yeah.
Noble of you, sir.
Man, I have all the hirelings killing things. I don't care. I don't even care. I don't care if it's level 6 Reaper mode. I don't care. They're gonna. If you show up in this quest, everybody fights, nobody quits, or I'll kill you myself. Yeah.
That was a 50 damage hit before the acid was even put in. That is righteous. So if you were... I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. If I were to, say, set up a camera set like thing in my garage, and like live stream myself taking an engine.
Oh, engine.
Watch.
Okay. I thought you were taking off your pants.
No.
Okay.
That would be a truly Bard After Dark.
Like it was getting sexy. Engines and other balls. Dropping pants and dropping engines. I just think I found your title.
Clickbait to the extreme.
Anyway, so you're thinking about doing some auto work?
Yeah.
And whether or not people would like it. I mean, so I think the problem with those kind of videos are, from the ones that I've seen, is you like generally watch them for a specific thing, right? Like, how do I change the air filter in my truck? Because I change it so irregularly because I put in the big fancy ones that last forever. I don't...
Oh, the K&Ns?
Yeah, like I don't remember from time to time. Or like my wife's Subaru, I'm like, like we needed to change a headlight. Like, I can just change the headlight. It's not a big deal. And I look at the manual and I'm like, whatever. So I start working my way through the headlight. And I realized that there's 2 ways to put this headlight in. You can disassemble the entire front end of the car, or you can take the tire off, remove that side panel, and then get in there. Like, I'm not doing either of these 2 things. Right? And I'm like, alright, I'll watch a quick YouTube video and see if one of these ways is, like, significantly easier. I watched the YouTube video, I'm like, yep, take it to the shop. Here you go.
Like, clearly they're either the bumper or the tire is coming off. I am not doing this.
Right. Well, and I don't mind taking the tire off sometimes, but it's just like, even then, once you had the tire off, you took off this side panel, or this, the guard, and then you took this other thing off, and like it, Subarus are not meant to come apart. They're meant to go together, get welded shut, and never have a problem again.
So, I have a story from work today. So there was this Pontiac Grand Am GT 2000 that came in. Chick's like, I think I'm out of engine coolant. She's like an 8 out of a 10, and the other 2 guy, like the one dude is too young for her. and the other one is with someone. So he's like, Jared will be more than happy to go with you. And then he like shoves me out from behind the counter. I'm like, oh great, here we go again. So I go out there with her, and the first thing that threw me off was her radiator is tucked into the front bumper, so I can't access the radiator without taking her car apart. So there's this little overflow area with like a tank and water level, which I assumed would be I forget what they called it, but it showed like a overflow thing. And I looked down in there and I put my finger down in there and touched the very bottom, and I brought it up and smelled it, and there was engine coolant in it, but it was like boiling hot. So I like burnt the tip of my finger, and there was like nothing in it. So put an entire gallon and like 0.2 in there and sent her on her way. But I was like trying to figure out, okay, how do I get this in here? I really shouldn't be filling it this way. I need a torque wrench.
Like, you'd be really surprised. Like, I've seen a lot of things where that is actually how you do it.
Well, I'd never seen it before because like the cars that I have worked on, the radiator is right there. Like, it's right behind the front bumper where you can still reach it, and you just would fill from the top of the radiator.
Right.
But
most
it's like
of the time,
this it's this little overfill tank thing. They had some technical name for it, but basically it's this little plastic tank off to the side, and there were two hoses running from each side of the engine in case there was too much in it, and then there was a hose to the radiator top, and then there was a hose to the radiator that was downhill enough that it was actually, so one was like a radiator overflow, and then the other was like a radiator fill. And by the time I finally got her pumping it through the engine, we put the entire thing in there. Anyhow, but it took me a good 30 minutes because she was clueless and the cap was broken. So I'm trying to get a like a 15-pound PSI compression cap that's got a vacuum seal on it that's malfunctioning off of an engine in the middle of the parking lot, and it's all 25 degrees, and I'm standing in there in like a coat with no gloves and no hat on in the middle of the snow.
So not to poo-poo your parade, but have you ever heard of too many details in a story?
Yeah, probably.
Roll it back. Roll that back 20% of details, and that story is great. Is amazing. That's a hilarious story. Chick comes in, like, thinks it's empty. You can't find the radiator. You finally find it. You get your finger down in there. You burn yourself. Like, all those details are really good. And then you're just like,
droning on
5 minutes extra story that was like, yeah.
Want to know the quickest story? It's like 15-20 words that I have from work.
Okay.
2 employees decide to have a knife throwing contest at a board that we no longer are going to be using for the store. One employee throws knife, embeds it in the board. Okay, great. Other employee throws it too far to the right, hits clipboard, bounces it off a concrete floor, embeds it in the wall at the back of the store.
See, this story is perfect. You nailed it. You nailed it. That story was amazing. Every part of that story was good.
Oh.
Oh my god, that's a great story. I actually teared up a little bit.
So you're planning on doing the whole bus thing or like the van thing across the U.S., right?
That's my
plan. Or is it an RV or what is it? Like a bus, right?
I want to get a bus. I want to get a... Now I'm going to feel like a real ass because I think it's an International with a flat front. Because I believe that's the best like ratio for like cabin space, as it were.
Yeah.
Even though it does have a injection in there, but like you can still at least use that front space a little bit better than you can for some other things. So we're looking for one of those, and we found a couple for, I don't know, at auction. I think a guy bought 2 at auction, and I think he was basically trying to buy one get one free, like he was reselling one for $2,000, but it was basically brand new. Like the school district had just ticked. It was like a 2000. Like, it was less than 5 years old, right? And they had just ticked over the 80,000 mile mark or some S that they have to sell it at, and he bought 2 of them at an auction, and he was trying to flip the other one, and I'm pretty sure it was because he was like, well, if I buy both of them for $2,000, I can easily sell the second one for $2,000 and buy one get one free.
Right.
Like, that's the vibe I got from the guy. And then we also had a guy who wanted, I think it was $9,000 or $10,000 for a much older bus and a much smaller bus.
That's a negative Ghost
with
Rider.
a lot more miles, but it was the style that we were looking for. It was like everything we wanted.
So aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, it was like everything we wanted. It had a little bit of like rust around the under cabin drawers areas, and one of them and one panels couldn't. It was like locked, so I was finally able to get it unlocked by basically opening up the other side and manipulating the cable till I could get it unlocked, which is all stuff I could probably fix. But if I'm going to spend $8,000 on a bus, it also needed some axle work, I think we decided. And
yeah,
he
that's
was
definitely a negative.
And he was going to fix the front axle. Like, he's like, I will fix it. I'll get it fixed and I'll do the stuff. But if I fix it, this is my price. I'm just like, everything that is great about this bus, except for this, and this, and that. You know, because he's like, yeah, this kid came out. She wanted to do what you did. Brought some guy with her. They drove around for like 20 minutes, and it came back smoking. And they're like, yeah, pass. I'm just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm also a pass, but I mean, everything else was great. Like, it ran great, it started up real good, it sounded good. It basically had no.
If it came back from a 20-minute test drive smoking, that's a red flag.
That specific axle. So I think it had like some bearings going out or something, and it was just the passenger side front axle. So like,
that'd be a CV axle, alright.
Yeah, so I'm like not the master of cars at all, but like everything else sounded really good. It ran really good. It didn't leak any oil for a diesel. That's good. And the reason he wanted so much is because it had basically no miles on it. Like, we're talking 25 or 30,000 miles on it or something. Basically,
which is nothing for a diesel.
Yeah, like basically a church bought it like 20 some years ago, and they drove it around their little town like on Sundays, but like all of like 3 miles or something. And then he bought it, and basically he drove it to the Mexican casino like twice, and that's it. So it spent its entire life within 10 minutes of Wichita, basically. And it made 2 trips to Wichita and basically drove around this little town. So, like, yeah, it was... For the fact that it was, like, 22 years old or something, it was basically brand new.
Well, the good thing about diesels, too, is that they're much higher mileage motors than your standard gasoline. So... typically, if you take care of it well and you've got a relatively good brand diesel motor, they'll last 1,000,000 miles.
Yeah. Well, and
as long as you don't beat on them too hard.
I had the feeling that,
with the van.
Again, because this van had such low mileage on it, it could have been anything making that axle smoke. It could have been...
The kids could have done something. Yeah.
The kids could have done something. The grease could have been needed replaced.
It is 20 years old. Like, regardless of the fact that there's not a whole lot on it, the age could be an issue.
Yeah,
the seals could have worn out from like weather and stuff. So
it was
if
just
ever
one of
driven in
those
the snow,
deals.
the salts,
Exactly.
that type of thing.
Exactly. But like I said, he was the third owner on it. Like a church had it, and they sold it to this other guy who was busing kids to church, I think. And it was like that guy painted it kind of weird, but other than that, it was essentially a brand new bus. You know, everything worked really good. It's just I wasn't gonna spend $10,000 on a bus that was 20 years old that had some obvious problems. So, did I miss a thing? Am I ahead of where I need to be? I think I'm ahead of where I need to be, but I didn't think that was possible.
I'm trying to figure out what parts are still of Searing Heights and which parts are quests.
There is one quest out there in Searing Heights, but they have like a lot of little bitty cave things, which are like really just like optional, like holes for optionals to hide in. So they're not really quests, but they look like quests.
Which is why I'm having issues, because I'm trying to go through all those, and I'm like, which part of this is what?
But yeah.
Oh, and I am 4 for 4 on optionals.
Nice. So far.
So far, yes.
Like, did you pull up the map or something?
No, I did not.
Okay, so you have no idea.
I remember this. No, I remember. I'm running in a very distinct pattern circle. Like, I remembered a pattern, and I'm running in like a very distinct way. And I know which I've so far picked everything that's not a quest.
Okay.
So I guess I have run this before, but I don't remember it because portions of it look familiar. There's some quest where you go in this cave and there's like fire and flame elementals and stuff that I've done before.
Yep,
like
you gotta go in there.
Thing.
You gotta go through there. All those things are part of the stuff. Like I said, there's only one quest in there, and that's the Bargain of Blood or Blood Bazaar or something kind of weirdly named.
There's a bizarre marketplace.
Yeah, that would be it. That is an actual quest, and it's level high.
Level high, accurate.
And by high,
no.
I mean like for you high. It's like 7 or 8 or 9 or something. It's not like actually high, but it has epic mode, so I literally ran it 3 or 4 times in the last 2 days.
Ah, okay.
Boop.
I figured as much.
So does this thing just only literally have 90 charge or 100 charges on it? I really assumed it was like charges a day or something.
Must not be, sir.
It looks like it is not. It looks like it does not recharge.
Okay, so the whole reason I asked about the bus thing. Dude came in, has RV, right? Wants to winterize it. Obviously needs antifreeze, right?
Sure.
What is he gonna buy? What's he gonna buy for antifreeze so that his water tank that he's supposed to drink out of doesn't freeze?
Oh my goodness. A heater.
No, good guess though. So they make RV specific drinkable antifreeze you can drink. What does he buy?
What?
O'Reilly's brand windshield wiper cleaner.
What?
Like the wiper fluid.
That's not a thing.
There's O'Reilly's wiper fluid.
No,
and
not
its
that.
Freezing
Not
point
that.
is -20. Its freezing point's -20. He's like, it's the same thing. I'll take 2 cases of it. I'm like, okay, sir, that's really not how that works. But if you're gonna buy 2 cases worth, I will sell it to you. So I sold it to him, and he went on his happy way and filled it in his RV. Like went out into the parking lot and started pouring it in the water tank.
You just made that guy go blind.
I I said, definitely, I said, don't drink it. He's like, it'll be fine. It's just soap. I'm like, it is just soap. I still wouldn't drink it. It'll be fine. I'm like, okay, have fun with the shits. Have a good one. I'm not going to argue with this guy.
No, man, that is crazy. No, you don't put any sort of antifreeze in your water tank to keep it from freezing.
They make a very specific drinkable fluid that does not freeze. It's a -60.
No.
Freezing thing.
You put water in your water tank. That is it. If your water tank is going to freeze, you put a little electric heater in there, and then you run your little electric heater and you insulate the hell out of your tank. No, you do not drink any antifreeze in your bloody drinking water.
Well, it may not be called antifreeze, but there's some thing that is apparently consumable, like you are supposed to put in your RV to make sure the water doesn't freeze and you can camp during the winter. Because we sell it at O'Reilly's and they sell it at RV places because my grandpa goes and pays like $10 a bottle for it at like the place he got his RV. So I assure you it does exist. I don't know the correct name of it, but it does exist. Don't ask me. And it's this little bitty bottle, and you just add it to your water. Oh, maybe a quart. I know there's also vehicle-specific antifreeze for like the heating systems and stuff. That's not what I'm talking about.
Peak RV and Marine antifreeze to -50. It is all ingredients are considered grass, generally recognized as safe by the FDA. No.
So you can't drink it.
No.
No.
That's like saying
you what it says.
That's like saying you can eat charcoal right out of the bag. Just because you can doesn't mean it's a good idea.
I know like several people who can have and will just drink that stuff mixed with water.
No. Look,
no. I understand you're confused, and I'm glad you checked me, but I was right, Sam. I'm sorry. I was right on this one. This is a no. I understand you shouldn't. I wouldn't do it, but at the end of the day, I was correct. I'm just going to point this out here.
If you drink this, please do it before you decide to have kids, because you do not need to be spreading on your genetic material to the next generation. No.
How about after?
No. Do not
had the kids.
Do not feed. No, do not feed the kids this either. This is no. This is so many no's.
But it's just grass, Sam.
No. Generally recognized as safe. Could you? No. 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 No.
But yeah, he chose to use soap instead of that.
Yeah, no.
Both of those are a no.
No.
Okay, one more for you.
I'm just not gonna live where it gets cold. That's
it. Dude came in today. He's a mechanic. Put pure water in the radiator of client's car. Told the client to swap it out for antifreeze when it came time for snow. Got a call today, and the heater core, which is basically what gives your car heat,
right,
exploded and ended up all over the passenger floorboard.
Right.
Like went into the car, burst. Right.
Guy didn't fill up the thing like he was told.
No.
And the water.
He told the Well, the client, yes, the client did not do it. So, dude replaces heater core, comes into O'Reilly's, gets pure antifreeze, doesn't bother distilling it, puts it in the engine, says the actual engine's broken, but I'm going to drive it anyway, and proceeds to drive home.
What happens?
Down the highway, spewing antifreeze all the way down the road, and oil, mind you. Like, it's actively leaking. Nope, don't care.
I mean,
off we go.
it's a douchebaggy
Just
thing to
send
do,
it.
but yeah, like it. To say that that's not something that happens would be a lie. Like, I can only imagine how many animals die each year because somebody leaves their antifreeze leaking or whatever, and it is not a fun death. However, it is effective, so you need to get rid of somebody. But yeah, no, don't. That's crazy. As for I've seen lots of people, like, unless you like, most antifreezes now are pre-mixed.
Well, there's the 50-50, but we sell the concentrate at O'Reilly's. And he bought the concentrate, like, that you have to take the time to mix yourself.
Oh.
And he just dumped it in there and then said YOLO and drove off.
The client or the mechanic?
The mechanic.
Well, that's what the mechanic thought was best. Maybe he knew that he was gonna leak like half of it on the way home, and then he was gonna fix it, and then he was gonna put.
Well, his logic was there's a hole in the engine, and they never drained the water when whatever shop she took it to put the antifreeze in there. So because they never drained the water, there's more water than antifreeze in there. So I'm just gonna dump the antifreeze in there and hope that the mixture somehow becomes accurate.
I mean, valid theory.
And he looks straight at me and goes, "Can I drive home on it?" I'm like, "I wouldn't." He goes, "I'm gonna do it anyway."
Like, asked and answered.
Had a Hispanic dude come in today. Okay, we had, for reference, there was one customer in the store. Dude pulls in with a car hauler with a 6 long block in it. Okay, he's got a trailer about the length of an entire car and a half long. There's only one other person in the store. He pulls into the parking lot and parks it so that the one dude who is there can't back out.
Okay.
And then wants to know why the dude is yelling at him.
I mean,
he's got, like, for reference, he can park up against the curb on the opposite side and take up all of the parking spaces that we have a full length of car for. But he takes the time to line himself up perfectly with this dude's bumper, so that it's exactly in the middle of his trailer.
I mean, some people's kids. What can you do?
I mean, the dude was like 50 years old and didn't speak English.
Yeah, I mean, some people's kids.
Yeah, for driving procedure in the United States.
Some people's kids. You can't do anything. Alright, making good progress. I'm gonna hit the refresh button over here. I heard a noise making me think we got a new follower, but no one has followed since like 5 today. Okay. That's a good feeling. Good feeling that nobody loves me. Or everybody who's here already loves me. One of the two. One of the two. Oh no, man, I'm beat. I don't think everyone thought I was coming back. Like, the day's stream was long. I may not run the whole time, actually. I might. I mean, we did almost 6 hours, 7 hours today.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't get off till 6. I started at before noon, like close to 11:30.
What happened to my...
Let's do this guy.
I lost my rogue hireling. Did I put him in the bank? I guess I put him in the bank.
Well, if you didn't, he may have timed out as well. Like, if you had already started him.
He had 20 minutes on it.
Was that... Have you played anymore in a quest? You were in the Explorer Zone, right?
Yeah, but I didn't summon him.
Counts. If it's in your backpack, once it's active, it counts as countdown time.
Ew. I didn't. Okay, I should have put him in my bank, in other words.
Saving... If you, oh jeez, of course, the very first room, 2 Reapers. All right, let's summon.
Sounds
Nope,
accurate.
get back here. Nope. All right, well never mind.
Charm?
You're dead.
The game of charm everything and hope it.
We're in Undeadville. 3 Reapers. All right, we're probably dead. Don't think I can deal with 3 Reapers right now, but we'll try. 4 Reapers. What the S, game? All right, what are you? Fear Reaper. Let's get the Fear Reaper. Let's get that dot down. Jeez. We're still taking Reaper damage dots.
On the positive, I've got the car I'm gonna build to be my drag racing car, all
Did you
lined
decide?
up, and the owners agreed to hold the title and sell it to me here in February.
Nice.
Well, he said he's had it on Craigslist for 2 years and hasn't sold it, so at this point he would have to just hand it over to me, but legally we can't do that. So
He could sell it to you for like $1.
But he said his wife won't let him.
There you go.
Without a certain amount. He's like, I just gave it to you now that she won't let me race, but she wants like $2,000 for it. So I'll sell it to you for $1,500 because I can tell the wife that we won't get $2,000 from it, and you're the only offer in like 2 years. I was like, okay, that sounds good.
Well, I said that's the thing. The wife wants to get something out of it.
Yeah, and I don't want to skimp out on the dude because the car itself, to be fair, is worth all of maybe
The
$500.
Let's say whatever you're paying for it, because that is the market value.
But the actual market value of the parts separately, if he was actually trying to get what the car was worth, would be well over $8,000. Because he's got all name brand aftermarket parts in it. So the correct person, the car would be $8,000. But he is trying to sell it in a state that's not big into drag racing. So he's having a really hard time selling it.
Like I said, you know how markets work, man. Can't sell lemonade in a lemonade factory.
Well, like he had a couple early offers on it by like these soccer moms who just wanted it for like a reliable car, and he's like, this is not that.
If you get an offer, you get an offer. Again, it's all a matter.
They were wanting to spend $300 for it.
Well, that's again. It was
and
the price was not what he had a value higher than that, and you see the value, but you're not going to go like the $8,000 that you see the value worth. So I mean, I think if everyone's happy, it's a good deal. Now that's different than say communism, kids. Communism. Everybody would chip in and buy the car.
So is there an upgraded version of Muckbane that Guck can drop or no?
No, there's an upgraded version, but it comes out of the pit.
Right?
Yeah, it's called Muck's Doom. And then there's another essentially upgrade. Can't remember what it's called. It's relatively new. And I don't remember what it's called. And then there's a level, like a bigger one. Looks like a big pink Warhammer. And comes out of Litany.
Ah, okay. By the way, I'm 5 of 5 on rare encounters now.
Again, if you didn't know there was a rare encounter there.
No, I knew.
I'm just saying, like, if you ran past one but you didn't know it was there.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't know, right?
Right, yeah. Well, I've gotten all 15 of the explorers, though.
Yeah, including the Lonely Mountaintop and everything?
Good. No. I don't think.
Or the Lonely Tree, or whatever the hell it's called.
Oh, yeah.
Where you gotta, like, jump down off of the mountain to hit the tree in the other tree. Good. Like I said, I'm a big fan of explored zones. I tend to do them when I'm just, like, chilling out. zoning off into space.
There were a couple caves I purposely just didn't go into because I wanted to get all the explorers on this first try, and I was out of time on my cleric, and the cleric was dead, and I basically had to release. So I got the final 2 explorers, and I skipped like 3 caves. So I'm not counting that as on my 5 for 5 thing.
However,
there's a total of 9, and I didn't even go near the area where the 9th one spawns, and I just kind of...
However you want to mentally count, you should count it that way.
But I don't understand why auto attack sometimes doesn't work. Evening, Tobro.
Oh, we have a ninja sneak in. The fattest of ninjas. Hey, buddy. So, it is... Excuse me. I leaned back and closed my eyes, and now I'm just like, oh, I don't know what I was talking about. Explorer zones are usually, in my experience, they do their thing most often right away. The first little bit, like you'll get encounters more often as it's brand new, and then it'll take a little bit to get the rest of them. So I try to run the entire thing at once, and then if your hireling is deceased, take the time to take it to one of the shrines. If you're off the timer, because again, if you leave and come back in, I feel like the rare spawn rate immediately starts to drop, like
it
right away.
It seems to have hurt me.
You have probably gotten lucky so far. I'm just...
Yeah.
When you're like looking for that last guy to complete or whatever, it's... I've noticed that the more you run, the less likely it is you're gonna get rares to spawn, it feels like. I think the first time it's high, like everything gets an increased drop rate, and then it drops down to like whatever the normal 10% likelihood or minimum of 5 or whatever it works for explorers. Would you agree, Tobro? For like explorer zones and rare spawns.
What about it? I was busy trying not to get murdered here.
It feels like there's, when you first go into a new explorer zone, like there's more rares around, and then as you repeat that explorer zone, that the spawn rate decreases.
I know new content the drops are higher.
Which again, that is denied.
Well, okay. They say so.
So yeah.
There's a lot of strong evidence to the contrary.
I'm just telling you what I understand the devs have said or not said.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I definitely feel like that is a strong correlation there between when you first run through. Like the first time you run through, you might get like 8 out of 12 or something. But then you start running through and follow it past. You'll like run the whole pattern. And you see like 3 guys or 4 guys. Anyway, I'm gonna blow my honker real fast. Be right back.
What are you doing, Tobro?
I'm trying to mentally think about explorer zones now. There may be some credence to that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just, like I said, that's what it seems like to me. Like, I remember TRing and going through, like, Veils and Giant Hold and stuff like that. Running the whole pattern and getting most of the Explorers. But then you, like...
I could do Giant Hold now, to be honest.
I don't even think you're allowed to go in there now.
What level is Giant Hold?
Like 12 or 13.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you have to be at least level 9 to even enter the public zone in Giant Hold.
I knew it was relatively low level.
You might be able to do the desert. But honestly,
that's what I was thinking.
But honestly, if you're looking for another explore zone, you should find. There's one in House D that takes you to CO6. Trying to think if I can remember what it's called. Yeah, I can't think of it right now. Then there's also Anoraxia's Valley in House Kandaric. That's also pretty fun. Little explore zones. Also, of course, there's Tangleroot Gorge, but you probably already started.
Yeah, I already maxed that all out, I believe.
So, yeah, I'm trying to think.
It's like every single life thing for me. Like every server, I usually max that, and
yeah,
usually, typically, I'll do.
Yeah, I really don't go.
I'll max that.
I usually don't go crazy in the lower level ones. I usually really like doing the ones that get a little bit higher level. But I do still like what's the one you just ran? I can't think of what it was called.
Searing Heights?
Searing Heights, yeah. I generally like running Searing Heights.
Right now.
I like Searing Heights. I like Anoraxia's Haven. I like the desert. I like Giant Hold. I like Vale.
You're on high enough level for desert? I thought it was a level 12 area.
It might be that when they divided the game into adventure packs when it went free to play, they added a lot of minimum levels.
Yeah,
and
I seem to remember them doing that.
And I don't remember a lot of what those minimum levels are. So I'm pretty sure that Giant Hold is 9, but short of that, I don't know if I remember.
I know it's part of premium, so I've got it. I've got access to it.
VIP, you mean?
Yeah, VIP.
Yeah.
I think all of the adventure zones are VIP, to be honest.
Not expansion packs.
No, not expansion. No, I'm meaning adventure, like just the adventure areas, like this in Cerulean.
Yeah, that's.
I know for a fact I didn't own this on this server.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's you like if you didn't have Ravenloft, you couldn't get to the Ravenloft Explorer area or even the zone. If you don't have the Menace of the Underdark, you can't get to Elemenster, put it in your Pooper land. So, yeah, there are areas that are still high or locked behind their paywalls, but they are relatively few and far between, and generally worth getting. I could leave Wayloon behind. I know Tobrel really liked it. Uh-oh, Tobrel, what did you do?
I don't know.
Can't be smoking that pot because that's not make the alarm to go off offense where you're at now.
Wait, Tobrel's a pothead?
Oh, yes.
If only.
100%. He's always with the shooting up the doobies.
I don't think you actually know how any of this stuff works, Sam.
I inject several marijuanas into my scrotum every day.
That sounds painful. I think
it's the burning sensation that he likes.
If anything had to be injected into my scrotum, I think I'd just be like, no, I'd rather die, you know?
You say that
Cure
until...
for cancer? Cure for cancer or that?
Let me put it this way.
I don't know.
The right level of pain for the right period of time will pretty much do anything. Pretty much do anything. Like, God could come down here and goes, alright, Sam, I'll fix your migraines. Never have another migraine pain again in your entire life. But we have to take your testicles. I'll be like, sorry, little guys. You're out of here. I mean, you get the right pain for long enough, you'll do anything.
Yeah.
I've considered scooping out my own eyeball with a spoon. Don't think that there's not.
I'm 7 out of 8 now. You still get handy J's without balls, so I feel like that's a...
I mean, I think you gotta get a pump to get an erection, but you gotta pump it up. Sorry. I squeeze one ball because they make it look like balls. Pump it up. I'm sorry. That mental image is just absolutely hysterical right now. But isn't there a penis enlargement procedure where they eject basically like a gel into your cock and balls?
There is.
Yeah, the unsung hero guy was deeply considering it, and then instead he took the guy's advice or the lady's advice and just found a girl who was into anal. That is the best documentary of all time, by the way. That guy nailed it in one. Alright, maybe it's time for me to get...
E-sticks?
No. Time to go ahead and pick up Maximize or something. One cannot live on unmaximized magic alone.
One can, one might not want to.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. So I tell everybody that apparently B-Love's at the CMA Awards.
Yeah, that would make sense. He's in Nashville, Tennessee right now. B-Love can't come to the phone. Please leave your name, number, and how much you're going to pay him. At the sound of the beep. Beep.
I don't think the CMA Awards are in Nashville, are they, this year?
They are, yeah. Well, typically. Your Honda Civic sucks. I ain't buying it.
Let's say Nashville.
He decided to swap it for a motor for his CRX.
Swapped a place on fire for a place of honky tonk. Shania Twain looks good, Tobrell. I saw her on a commercial the other day. I know that's your secret old lady crush.
Yeah, but you know, she committed the ultimate crime for a woman.
Yeah, what's that, buddy?
Turned 30.
Oh, I thought it was 40.
But you know what?
Yeah, Nashville's Bridgestone Arena. I was accurate.
Looked it up.
I'm kind of old now. Yeah, we can swing that high. We have swung that high.
Say, isn't your current girlfriend like 40?
Nope.
50?
I have gone higher than that, though. No.
55?
Yes.
Jeez, Tobrell.
What time you got it, right?
I thought she was much younger than that.
You gotta have your AARP card to go home.
You must be this old to ride the Tobrel ride.
I mean, I know some guys like women with experience, but that's a bit much experience, Tobrel.
Shu loves an older lady.
No such thing as too much experience.
Shu loves an older lady.
All about the experience points.
I think he's also
Like, I'm all for older ladies. Like, that's usually how I end up swinging either, but there's a line.
Hey,
I mean,
Sonny, would you like a special, a hard candy? Oh, baby.
Okay.
I want you to take those dentures out.
Oh, baby.
Oh, no. Stop.
I met my current girlfriend visiting my grandma at the old folks' home.
Time for a three-way.
Oh, man.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Hey. Whatever floats your
Thanks,
boat, right?
goat.
The ultimate. Oh my god. So when I was in high school, I don't know if I've told this story before, but Tobrel's here. And he can back this up. In high school, there was this girl I knew. Her name was Mandy. She was kind of uptight, and everyone thought I had a big crush on her, which I never did. But everyone thought I did for some reason. I don't know. Maybe Zach told him I did or something. I don't know. But I always felt like she was completely uptight and crazy. And then one day we were all on a trip of some sort, and people were talking about threesomes and swinging and all sorts of shenanigans, right?
Right.
And
like you do in high school.
she turns around and tells them all to don't knock it till you try it. I hear this story, right? I hear this story about her saying this. And for what? Probably the next 2 years? Anytime someone said that phrase and I heard it, I would bust out into laughter. Like it was almost the dogs, like the dogs that were trained to drool.
Pavlov?
Thank you. I was trying to say Pavlovian, but I still don't know if that's the right word. But yes, it was basically that, except for the laughter. It absolutely slayed me. And then didn't somebody caught them? They were at the local movie theater, and they were asked to leave because they were getting real handsy. And then the movie finished, and the guy, he used to have a big Suburban, and the Suburban was still parked at the mall when the movie finished, like an hour later, and it was a rockin'. No one went knocking. I'm just like, this chick was super uptight. I don't know. She, I think she's a doctor now. I know she was pre-med shortly after she graduated. I have not actually looked to see what happened. So, Brel, have you you were more interested in our classmates? Do you happen to?
Don't remember who that was.
Mandy something, I think. She was the cellist girl, the first chair for. That took me forever to beat, and then I beat her, and then she like immediately practiced enough to beat me back. But I always had a thing for Kara Uplinger. She was a feisty little redhead that didn't like
That's a
nobody.
level 10 quest. That's negative, sir.
Didn't like anybody or anyone. She was perfect.
That's also a level 10. That's not.
Then I finally had the balls to ask her out, and instead I met my first long-term girlfriend like the week before we went on a trip, and I was going to ask her out. It was really awkward.
How steady.
For me. Not for her. I don't think she ever knew I was really alive.
Sucks. That's like my entire attempt at dating.
It wasn't
you
that bad.
exist? Oh, well.
Again, I dated Heather for 2.5 years. Had some weird firsts.
Who did not, though, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. Like Tobrel's mission, the places I will go, it was like the places I wouldn't go in a church. Not very bloody many. That's where. Alright. And then my glory days of trying to get the Little Mermaid's phone number. I should get that picture and put it up on the blog, in like a little blog post. See if we can find the Little Mermaid. Maybe she's a little 40-something looking for some big fat streamer to entertain her. My wife has always loved the Little Mermaid. That we could make that a don't knock it till you try it moment. All right.
Am I high enough to do the pit? I think I am, yes.
I mean,
I don't have invisibility. That's a terrible idea.
You don't need invisibility to the pit.
As long as I can snipe all the chocolate, it's your night.
Don't be wuss. The pit is for real men. Love the pit. The pit's one of my favorite quests. I will probably be ready for the pit pretty quickly. Stardust Isle. Yes, that is the place that I was trying to think of before. That's a great explore zone. CO6 is a great little series of quests. Starts with Grey Moon waning. Great little.
There's a quest.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of quests in that particular explore zone.
I think I'm gonna attempt the pit at least once before I do this.
Okay. Tobrel, I remember our first trip through the pit. How could you forget? You basically slept on the couch that week.
Many hours later.
Don't remember exactly what was going on, but Tobrel, I think, had some sort of party or gathering he was supposed to attend.
Oh, I got in so much trouble.
Let's just say he did not make that event anywhere near on time. It literally took us at least 2 hours to finish the pit. And his girlfriend would call and he would be... It was like, well, we're still trying to finish this quest. I think we're almost done. 4 hours later.
Not pleased.
Oh my gosh. I'm surprised you didn't wake up 4 inches shorter that day.
Almost.
Oh man. That was a classic. That was a classic night. Jeremy was still playing DDO at the time. Jeremy actually figured out most of the hard part.
I'm going to attempt this.
Do it. You can do it. Probably not, but you can do it. Pit's actually a pretty tough quest.
It is.
Without a reasonable guide / person that's experienced.
I know the solution steps. It's going to be whether or not the character can handle it. That's the issue.
It's your call. I will never say nay. All right, so
it's a level 7 on normal, so.
Yeah, it's a great quest. Oh boy.
Okay. Okay, I think it was a little over worried for no reason.
About the pit?
Uh-huh.
That's a good confidence there. You should keep that up. I'm very much looking forward to your pit experience. So I have a viewer that's very excited for me to go experience in the Pathfinder game. I'm about to walk headlong into an ambush, and the viewer is like, "I can't wait till you get to this point of the quest or the game." And I know what's going on. Please don't die.
Which one is it?
The place that you just did.
Oh, yeah.
It's just part of the reason I kind of scouted it out just a little bit to give myself a little bit of a heads up. Just why I'm not surprised at all by what actually happened. But so I have a little bit of that that same feeling the viewer has of I can't wait to listen to you find the brick wall that you're about to encounter in the quest.
Alright, so update. I remembered how to get to the first generator room, and I jumped off and flew right to it. That's a plus.
Yeah. Downside, you're not supposed to... I mean, unless you already did the first thing, it's not time for the generator room.
No, yeah, I did.
Okay.
I walked right to it, and I jumped off that and blew my way over to the thing without touching the ground.
There you go. Alright.
Bard's got some skills.
Bard's got some skills, he says. What difficulty did you pick?
Normal.
Okay. Okay.
It's a level 7 quest, so I figured...
No, it's fine.
I don't
I'm just
think I can do it.
I'm merely asking. I'm not judging. No, not judging.
Actually, no, I take that back. I picked it on casual, so it's a level 6.
Alright, now I'm judging.
Much judgment.
Yeah. Like I was gonna give you some slack, but now casual. There are two modes in DDO. There's Reaper mode and there's Epic mode.
That was a joke, sir. I didn't actually.
I'll allow the occasional normal for people who are not comfortable. Alright, this is aggravating. That trap said it was disabled, but yet it still shot fire at me. Bad trap.
Just joking, Sam. I'm not actually on casual. I think I might rather fall on my own sword before playing this on casual.
I mean, there's some quests I would do on casual, but the drop rate is so bad. Like flagging quests, like old Demon Queen flagging, I would have done that S on casual. Like once you knocked him out, and then you got to re-flag before you can do everything.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
You just want to do the freaking raid. Alright, somebody go start... Someone go start that quest, and someone start this quest, and... Oh, such a mess. Such a mess. Well, I don't think I'm going to get to finish the catacombs in less than an hour, lads.
You gonna be quitting early tonight?
No, I'm gonna... Well, maybe. It depends on how my head continues to feel. But, I got 2 minutes left on my resistances, so I'm gonna continue to push this. See, you know, sometimes I often think that sexual harassment can't be that bad. And then you hear stories like this one. This guy apparently took his female employee lingerie shopping. Why they were lingerie shopping made fun of her weight. She's dating another guy, gets pregnant, starts telling her what kind of porn he's into, and what kind of porn stories he's read. Like, this is scum. This is a scummy guy.
Okay. So is the
So disgusting.
So is the hook that he's the dad, or what?
I don't think so. I think this is somebody else's kid. It's a scummy dude. Like I said, I don't like believing stories where people don't treat other people with respect, and then you hear a story like this and you're just like, oh, yep, people are shit. Another female employee said that this guy propositioned her by offering her $5,000 and wanting to know what her price was. I mean, that's just polite, right? And you want to get the price. No, it's incredibly crass and rude. Yeah, I don't think you got that memo.
I'd say no to that being an okay thing.
That being said, I literally rolled down the window on Saturday, pulled up to another guy sitting on the corner, and my wife was driving, and I literally yelled out the window, how much for the two of us? So...
Oh, man.
Well, what did he say?
Well, as he got in the car, he said we couldn't afford me. And then we went driving around and Pokemon hunted like we were meeting my friend. So that's how I let him know that we were there. Was yelling how much for the two of us out the window. Inferring that he was a prostitute. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, sir. I think that one went over my head.
So there's an old stand-up comedian who's like, your best friend's your best friend. Your wife is never going to be your best friend. For example, you can't walk or drive down the street with your wife, see a prostitute, roll down the window and yell, how much for the two of us? However, if you do that with your best friend, that is effing hilarious.
Right.
That is the greatest joke your best friend has ever heard in his entire life, and by God, you're going to be like the master. Can't do that with your wife. So now, just because I'm that guy who, tries to treat women like an equal, and all those good things that supposedly we're supposed to want in society, I literally do yell, roll down my window when I see someone walking down the street. Occasionally, usually friends, not strangers, because I live in small town Kansas, and yell how much for the two of us when my wife is higher in the car. Oh my goodness.
Seems acceptable.
3 Reapers spawned simultaneously on top of one another. What is up, DDO? Can we spawn 1 Reaper at a time for a little bit? Just on Reaper 1. You don't have to spawn all the Reapers at once. You can keep doing it if you want to.
So does the skull factor of Reaper change?
Yes.
Something?
The more skulls, the less damage you do, the more damage they do. So
but even one skull is supposed to be harder than elite, right?
Correct. And it is. For a couple of reasons. One, your self-healing is basically shot in the foot. So you have to have a second person do the healing. A second person can be an hireling. It can be a person. It could be a second box. Like you can dual box. But at the end of the day, your healing is significantly reduced if you are trying to heal your own self. But also, like I said, the monsters do hit harder, and they do slug your blows off a lot better.
to remember where the combination is.
So bro,
Hmm?
did we end up in a swamp at the end of last week's game?
Mostly I remember we're on boats, killed a guy, and I spent most of the time fighting my own internet.
Okay, that's fair. I remember the boat stuff, and I remember getting to the new city, and kind of like people were doing some talking around town stuff, investigating things. But
We were playing paper D&D. Okay.
yeah, we were playing our paper digital game, and
Yeah.
our longtime D&D group plays via Roll20 now because we all spread to different corners of these here United States. So it's the only way our old school pen and paper game can continue to play. We don't, when we even get together in person now, we don't even play. We used to. When we get together for like Christmas and other holidays and stuff, like we would play pen and paper D&D. We haven't even done that in the last couple of times we all got together. We just sit around BS, play like board games or Card Against Humanity or whatever, and just hang out now because we're lame and old and we don't want to execute our wives. Or I think we should make the ladies go to the other room and entertain themselves. He says as he's 4 inches shorter the next morning.
Is that a beheading joke? I'm really naive here.
It is, but usually when you talk about being 4 inches shorter, it's a cutting off your penis joke.
That's what I figured it was. Okay.
Oh man, I love this dagger. This dagger is amazing. Not only because it's literally called Float Sam, in my mind. It may not be what other people call it, but that's what I call it. But it's just a little beast to kill an undead at level 4. Just a beast. If you have not run Kenwood Cove for this dagger, next time it's up, you guys have got to get it. Super good. Very effective.
Okay. Second furnace time.
Ooh. Well, yeah, you're making reasonable progress.
Of course.
I'm very excited.
It's usually the third furnace when I start bogging down.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Energon Cube and the third furnace. But you watched me do a couple of things lately. A couple of those quests. You should be okay. I was about to
You're
question
looking forward to me doing the energy room? Is that what you're looking
Yeah,
for?
the Energon Cube.
Well, I've got this really long thing in my hand called the bow, and I'm planning on using it in a very special way to not make that room very hard.
The problem is you gotta solve 4 puzzles inside that room why things spawn on you.
Oh, that room. I thought you meant the one where there's like the lightning.
No, the Energon Cube.
Oh, that one.
Turns on a big...
I solved that one relatively very quickly. I'm really good at those puzzles.
they're same.
The slimes are the only
Oh yeah,
frustration.
You're gonna put the slimes right on top of your puzzles and not gonna be able to see what you click. Oh, so good. All the torture.
The issue is I really can't do the stupid jump so that you don't get blown off thing.
Yeah, I hate it when
Second
someone blows
furnace.
me off. That's so so aggravating. Just
You knew what I meant.
every day I'm busy like, no, please don't blow me off, ladies.
You knew what I actually meant.
Oh, yes, I did. But that is not what Samius After Dark is about. Samius After Dark is about turning it
That
dirty,
is true.
making
It
it
is
sexy
accurate.
up in here. So tomorrow should be a Pathfinder day. I don't know. Brand new TR life though. Urgh. Probably Pathfinder anyway. I did really have a good time playing Factorio on Tuesday. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoy that that particular mod pack. Even until Brell watched it. I don't know if he just literally had nothing else going on.
You know.
You usually don't actually watch. Like you sit there and you kind of acknowledge things going on in the voice chat. And sometimes you even have the Twitch turned on to help, which is a bonus and I appreciate it. But you were actually legitimately watching, I think.
Sometimes. Usually in like an
If I had
extra.
known I could do that like earlier,
Actually watch the stream? Yeah, it's something that supporters of the stream should do. Watch ads, earn bits, cheer for your boys.
you got like 800 coming your 500 coming your way here tomorrow.
Ooh, sweetness. I'm all about those bits from them ads. Cover me in that ad money. What do we got? What do we have? Anything sexy in our reward list? Not a bloody thing.
Ooh.
That sounded like it was a painful one.
Yeah. Hurt my eyes. You know when you sneeze and it builds that pressure up in behind your eyes?
I can sneeze or cough or whatever and it'll hurt up and down my spine. The way that my C1 and C2 are. That's the main problem with the migraines. So like I move those and it physically rocks my spinal cord all the way up and down my spine. It hurts like hell.
Ouch.
It's not as bad generally as that day. So Ben was in town. Well, like last year maybe. He'd bought himself a special table. And wanted to get me up on the table. Feel me up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, whatever, sure, Ben. And he like picked my head up and lifted it up. And it was like pouring lava down my spine for the rest of the day. And my head the next day was literally, it was one of the worst migraines I ever had. It was terrible.
Did he try to give you a massage? That was what was happening here?
No, he had talked to his teachers about my problems, and they're like, "Oh, it's probably just this. Try this maneuver." Well, we didn't get updated X-rays until after he made that adjustment, so we didn't know that my C1 and C2 were actually contracting against one another to make the nerve bundle for my spinal cord was actually getting compressed all the way around because of the C1 and the C2. So when he lifted my neck up like that, it just put an insane amount of pressure on my C1 and C2, So it literally punched. It already took my already high pressure directly on those nerves and dialed it up to like 11.
In other words, you ever want to torture Sam, that's how you do it.
Yes. Yes, it is. Now my doctor just snaps my neck around so I see my own butt crack for like 4 seconds. Oh, that's my buttocks.
He gets paid a lot of money for that because he manages not to kill you when he does that.
That is 100% true. He had another guy. I think it's his son-in-law. Don't quote me, but I imagine it's his son-in-law. Come and do it once and just did not work very well. Alright, let's see. We are level 4. We're approaching... We have 2 more levels to 5. So we can do... We have a lot of leeway and good times here. We can do...
You can stay here and not walk through...
We can do 3s on Reaper 1s. We can do 4s on Reaper 1s. We can go knock out... most of, if not all, Splinter Skull. We can go do STK Part 1 pretty easily. You know what? We should just go do a fun, chill Splinter Skull. That's a lot of XP. We may not do it all. We may break it into 2 because of level jumps. Might want to save some of it for later, but right now it'll be a nice change of pace.
Okay, there is a hidden door here. Come on.
Kangaroo? Yes, I'll go there. We'll probably just end up going like another... I think we are going to end up wrapping up a little early tonight. My head is definitely getting wobbly-tobbly.
Probably for the better for me.
Better for you?
57 hours.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, well, while you're streaming, I actually want to play DDO. If you're not live, I don't know.
I understand that. I watch a guy named Neil House. I talked about him a lot on Tuesday's stream, actually. And for some reason, it is the Starship Trooper effect. You watch Starship Troopers, what game do you want to play?
StarCraft.
You play StarCraft, what do you want to watch?
Starship Troopers.
It's a vicious circle that doesn't end. That is why streaming is important, I think, and why more developers need to really work with their streamers to help provide a full service kind of program. Because you watch someone playing a game, you see how fun it is, how much fun they're having, someone there to ask questions and get immediate answers. I can't tell you how many times someone has asked me like a technical question or a build question or like whatever, and then I sit here, get into the build with them. Sometimes I even build the bloody thing, like on a
like me
on a junk filler character. I mean, there's a lot of having a good streamer and an active community. I think is something that helps make or break a game. Like one of the many reasons why HOTS I think is very successful. Not only is it a Blizzard game, but compared to other MOBAs that just like came on the market and died within the first day, I really feel like HOTS succeeded because they cultivate good relationships with their streamers. Streamers like Pallytime, and a lot of those guys, they got a good relationship with them, and they definitely get a lot of value. They sponsor groups, they have tournaments, Like they make it fun for the everybody, even people who aren't actively playing at that exact minute, by having these other things going on. And I definitely think that it is something that more developers should consider.
Alright, slime room.
Alright, so over our 2 streams, we're definitely over our 10 or our 8 hours for the day, which is kind of sad since I'm only level 4. I'd really like to be a couple levels higher. I really thought I was gonna be too. Slay 20 hobgoblin guards. Get out of my way, Spider. You're not a hobgoblin.
First.
Hey, hobgoblins. Non-hobgoblins need not apply. Boop. Let's see, who's in the chat room today? Who's hanging out with us today? Couple. Warblewind may or may not be hanging out with us. Other than that, a lot of people who are probably bots. You know who didn't show up today? Ben.
He may have some things going on.
How much can he really have to deal with? Can't cut any.
School?
He
Yeah,
can't.
probably not much.
He can't cut anybody open. He was going on about how he has to read a whole bunch of stuff for next week. So probably not that. Yeah, he's probably just screwing off. He's
Barking in a couple beers.
He's going to the lady friends for Thanksgiving, right?
I don't know.
There we go. Time to turn on the belch pumps. My room went well.
Your Energon cube went well, huh? Man. I was really expecting some tears of pain and suffering out of that. It's okay. We still got room number 3. Just got room number 3, lads. We'll still got our dollars worth of enjoyment from the pain and suffering here. So ideally, if you have a hireling with you, lads, you pick the lock, have the hireling unlock the doors. While they're opening the door, you search out this control box, and then you run through. I did not summon my hireling. We're on this mode. I'm not worried about the hireling doing anything. I literally only came in here because of the chest and it's mimic time. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, it's just another one of those deals. If you want to streamline your speed learning these kind of things is how you do it.
Interactive, third furnace.
You know what I should do as a fundraiser? I should make a brand new character on a brand new server.
Mm-hmm.
And do like the farthest I can go in one setting to get the highest possible level. Now, like, people they'll get sponsors for their jogging or whatever. Or like, oh yeah, if you jog 2 miles, I'll give you $2, or I'll give you $3 a mile, or whatever. Like for marathons and stuff.
Yep.
Maybe I should do that. And be like, whoa, mother effers,
No.
you promised that you were gonna pay $1 an hour. I sat here and streamed for 24 hours. I wonder how many people back out of those pledges. So bro's like, I signed up for every single one that was ever asked of me. Never paid any of them.
I did a Kickstarter for the sheep game that we played.
Did you ever get anything out of it?
The Kickstarter's still going on.
With the doll on the floor?
No, it's the one we played at Gen Con. You weren't there though.
Okay, so a new one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say I thought the sheep game was Mabel Games or whatever. The same people who did Carcassonne or Settlers of Catan, one of the whatever that's called, Mayweather Games.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's the sheep game I thought you were talking about.
Nay.
Not in the rules.
Different game.
My game was the best. I wish I could remember the rules. I would literally buy us a sheep to play that game. The next holiday we all got together.
Oh, son of... The issue with me is that I try and get right to the swish I need first attempts with the hireling pulling the lever, and with my internet.
Ah! The
Awful.
excuses have begun. Carry
No,
on.
never mind. I got it.
No curses.
Third furnace room complete.
Are you remembering to hit the blue valve in every room? Every furnace room?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember the troglodyte secret bonus room platform is. His thing, yeah, it's right here, right here. The hirelings hate doing this.
For
Pain in the butt to get them to do it.
mimics. For mimics, we'll do this. So we were watching Arrow tonight, and the wife is we're about halfway through with the episode, and the wife goes, I don't even know why I bothered to watch this season. It's terrible. And I go, this is my favorite season yet. And she's like, why? It's terrible. And
Which one are you on?
The new season. I think it's like season 5 or
Okay.
6 or something.
Those, the one that's happening live on TV, I'm not quite catched up. If you're on Netflix, I'm all caught up.
Yeah, no, the one live on television.
Okay, no spoilers, please.
I'll try not to. But so we're watching it, and she rattles off this laundry list of things. I'm like, yeah, that's what makes it, like, all her complaints are the things I really like. It's like, oh no, blah 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 blah, and it all sucks. And I'm like, that's all great. Are you kidding? Blah 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 blah. I don't know, this episode was a little soft, but and they're setting up for something weird that I don't think I care for very much, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it's not what I'm projecting it. And
They're setting up for spine stealing.
ooh, I'm on board now. I was hesitant. Now that's all it took. Spine stealing. I'm right there, back in the action. I'm ready for that movie too. I told Tanya it came out on Valentine's Day and I know what we're doing. She goes, "You're at what?" I said, well, obviously this movie. She goes, "Nah, we're not doing that." We'll see. We'll see. Once I explain to her it's a love story, she'll be on board.
How are you gonna manipulate that one?
Anita Battle Angel? It's a love story. It literally is a love story.
Okay, so quick story. Friend at work got tickets to the big, huge concert happening in Kansas City this weekend.
Okay.
The weekend of Thanksgiving. I forget what. He gets a hotel room, and then the wife ends up inviting the daughter. And the daughter's like, "No, I ain't gonna go." And the husband goes, "Why'd you ask her? I had plans for you." She goes, "That's why I asked her." He's like, "No, she's not coming."
Huh. Morning, Lynn. Hope you're having a wonderful DDO day today.
And I'm hoping you've read in between the lines there.
I do. Your friend wanted to get some nookie and the wife was not on board, so they invited the daughter as a buffer. Yeah, happens.
The dad called the daughter like, "No, you're staying home. You go stay home."
You just go, "Hey, I'm trying to bone your mom." They usually leave.
That work?
Well, put yourself in that situation. If your dad comes down, you're like sitting at the kitchen table. Your dad comes down. You're eating some breakfast cereal, and he's like, "Hey, I'm trying to bone your mom. Get out." Are you gonna stick around?
No.
I'm telling you. Sometimes just being straight up honest with the kids are the way to go. Honesty is almost always the best policy.
Honest attempts.
Unless you log off for the night thinking you're going to take a quick do, and then go to bed. And instead you end up watching like a movie or like 3 hours of television because your head starts to hurt. And you could have just streamed for another bunch of hours. But you were going to like stare off and drool into space essentially. So then honesty is often not the best policy. Like, "Hey guys, I totally went to bed when I logged off and I said I was going to go to bed. I didn't stay up really late and watch this movie that I said I was going to watch or not watch." Keep seeing things changing in the
Discord?
yeah, I keep seeing things change in the Discord and it's freaking me out. It depends on
What's going on?
area of the age of the kid.
Yeah.
No. Always the truth.
doesn't really work with a 3-year-old.
No, tell them the truth. I'm trying to bang your mommy. Can you please go to the other room and play quietly? And if you hear any noises, it's probably best if you don't come visit. There's a card that was going around Facebook for a little bit. Or no, Twitter. The assignment at school was to write about your hero. And this little kid tells the story about why her father is her hero.
Oh yeah.
And it's like Daddy or Jesus was literally trying to take God was literally trying to take my mom. She was naked and her hands were to the ceiling and she kept jumping or flying up to the ceiling. And Daddy kept pulling her back down, saying, "No, not yet. Stay with me or come with me," or something along those lines. And she kept saying, "Jesus, I'm coming, Jesus, I'm coming." But Daddy fought Jesus off to keep Mommy with us. And like she wrote this story. It's absolutely hysterical.
I think I remember seeing that, I think.
And then there was like a stick figure drawing. Oh, so good.
Ding.
So Lynn, how's my sunshine this morning? That's a funny 90s song. I'm pretty sure. Could be a 2000 song, but I'm pretty sure it's a 90s song. It's hard to tell. All those whoa! Hello, Lucky Crit, son of a beach. Get your Lucky Crit loving arse out of here.
So
She
something.
used dex to hit.
I like the one oh go ahead, bro.
Something funny that I just did. If you're evil, you get to in the troll fortress. You get to convince the big troll to kill a monster that you normally have to fight with a evil only option.
There you go. I've not been to the Troll Fortress yet. Hopefully tomorrow I can find it and start digging around in there. I think the reason why I've avoided like digging in too deep into stuff like that is for rations reasons. I don't have a lot of rations on me. Alright, so Lynn says, I like the one with the drawing of the mom who sells a snow shovel.
Oh, like... yeah. So basically, this kindergartner chick, the kindergarten teacher, thinks that the girl has drawn the mom as a stripper, but the mom actually works at Lowe's, and there was a snowstorm, and the mom was holding the only shovel in the entire storm. People were fighting over it, and they were holding money, trying to pay more and more money for it to get the last shovel in town. But the way that the daughter drew the picture, it looked like her mom was a stripper.
That's pretty funny.
Sorry, I probably just stole whoever in chat just did that. That's what happened.
Lynn says it is 7:20 a.m. I had weird dreams, so it's a little groggy, but I'm getting there. Excellent. Now, apparently Lynn is very tired still. Very tired and sleepy.
Yeah, it's midnight here, so I have officially not slept
Midnight
in
30.
39 hours, so I'm gonna dip here pretty quick once I get out of Deneth.
So I think I'm gonna probably play to the bottom of the hour and then I'm gonna take off. I have been cooking on a number 2 here for a little while that needs to get taken care of sooner than later. And then I think I'm gonna pop a sleeping pill and try to beat this migraine to bed. It actually is not too bad right now, but I feel the pressure right here. So it's, like I said, it's gonna be a doozy when it finally lands. I'm just trying to trick it into not being when I'm awake. I can often sleep through the worst ones if I am good asleep, like the brain fire, and then. But sometimes it keeps you awake. Like it's weird. There's like a pain threshold. At a certain point, you can't sleep. At a certain point, all your body wants you to do is shut off and go to sleep. So.
You have to hit it in the.
Well, I think it's kind of like being wounded, right? Like having a massive injury. Depending on the degree, you either are heightened right awake by the pain, or you just want to go to sleep so your brain doesn't want to deal with it. Your conscious mind, anyway. It's a lot like that, in my experience.
All right, I got my hireling purchase. Dipping out a game. Have a good one, guys.
Have a good one. Take it easy. Get some Z's. See you tomorrow or Friday or whatever. Oh man, we are working the XP. One tail light. So I saw that you started your Pathfinder game a little earlier today than usual.
Oh, don't believe that. Sometimes I play for a couple minutes over lunch, and then I just leave the computer on. I just pause and walk away.
You know what's less likely to be believed?
What's that?
That story.
Okay, well, that's what I did.
I'm teasing. Do you not have the same... Do you not work on your regular computer? You have a separate work computer that you're using now?
Yeah, I always have had.
Oh, okay.
I work on a Mac.
Oh, that's right. I knew that.
Cause you kind of have to do what I do.
Uh-oh. Gotten tripped, fools. One too many trippers in this equation. Not strippers. Strippers. Trippers. Orcs are vicious little monsters. You know that?
Yes.
They get all the
Awesome.
advantages of dogs, but they're smart enough to use them.
I have a dog. I'm using the ranger that you get, and he has a dog.
Screenplay writer? No, Tobrel is a... he develops code for iPhones and iTools. Is that a fair summary of your job, sir?
Development in general, yeah.
Do you actually do development for more than stuff on equipment anymore?
Yeah. Do services in Java and stuff too.
I wish I was better at the artistic stuff. I would branch off in my own web. I would do front page design instead of just back end stuff. But I'm terrible at artistry, so I can have the idea and I can describe the idea, but I gotta find an artist that actually fulfills the idea, which is harder than it looks. I've literally got a guy I've paid in advance for projects. He's made commitments. Projects are not fulfilled. I need to get on him, I guess. But I know he's busy with a couple other things, and he and his fiance of 3 whole months have decided not to get married recently, so I've not been pushing him very hard. Oh, my diffuser just ran out. That's not a good sign. I wonder if we'd be getting slightly more damage if we actually use this dagger right now. It's less crit damage, but it's more dice of more d6s of stuff. We'll get less big boom, but we'll get more consistency.
Are you little? Or are you big?
I'm 4, so I'm pretty big.
Oh, probably the dice then.
Pretty big. So this dagger is naturally extended critical, has a ×3 multiplier, and is keen. So this thing crits like on a 15, basically, for ×3. Unfortunately, ×3 a D4? D6. So, like, its normal numbers are like 30, but then it crits to, like, kill a guy, basically. Actually, I'm starting to think that was incorrect. I should have just stayed with the other one. I feel like I'm taking more damage, and the actual dice are even lower on the first. Yeah, I'm gonna switch back.
+3 Warhammer that gives a continuous freedom of movement and does an extra D6 bludgeoning, or +1 flaming bastard sword for Valerie.
You can't go wrong with a flaming sword for Valerie. No, get the freedom of movement stick. In Pathfinder,
does higher 2-hit and more damage.
In Pathfinder, does flaming, or not flaming,
It's just a D6.
Does freedom give immunity to webs in Pathfinder? That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't know.
Because if so, then 100% that.
I'm not sure.
Because then all of a sudden I would have literally one ranged or one melee person, and that'd be Valerie, and she would be fighting inside of an internal path of webs.
I'm working on getting my monk's armor class up a little bit. I think it's about to a tipping point where the monk's gonna pull ahead. Would be equal. So I'm thinking about dumping Valerie, and I haven't decided yet. I've also decided I really like Okundio, the ranger.
Yeah, right now I'm still using the basic starting party, more or less.
So you have to have ditched a couple of people, or at least one person, maybe 2.
Not yet, anyway. My team
is... So who do you have?
I have Valerie, the Barbarian, the little Bard, Lindsay. I'm using the Elf Wizard chick, and the Dwarven Cleric. Like, the only person... I have 2 people I'm not really taking advantage of. That's the Tristan Cleric and...
Yeah, and the undead chick?
And the... she recently joined. Haven't had her for very long. But I've never even bothered to level her, so...
Okay.
And then obviously Valerie's boyfriend. I have leveled him once, but I don't know. I definitely think on a second playthrough I would probably not do Magister like that. I might even do Alchemist actually. Seeing how much stronger that is.
Throwing the bombs?
Getting hit by the bombs, but yes, throwing the bombs. I mean, I have literally died to a couple of the cocktails coming in.
Oh yeah, oh man, dude, did I kill the werewolves? Where rats? Thought I did. I'm doing this thing where I gotta remember who all I gotta go back and kill. Yeah, there's been a few.
So they make this thing. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's a this little pad.
Yeah, but then I gotta like write stuff down and like remember to write it down. So then I gotta get another pad to remind me to write shit down on that pad.
We were literally just talking about you, Ben.
But yeah, this ranger.
Good night, good luck, good game. Alright, my friend. Well, thank you very much for stopping by, supporting the stream like you always do. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
But, I don't know. I'm on that edge of wanting, like, I don't know how good the Magus is actually going to be very much longer. And it just feels... I'm sure
you
there's...
having trouble, like, hit points, or...
Well, the armor class on the thing is crazy. Like, sometimes you just get killed on it. Like, it can't pick up and carry the game, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Versus, like, Valerie, but built better.
Yeah, like, she'll sit there and she'll take it forever, but then she inevitably just gets melted.
You could build her a little different, though. If you built, like, a Paladin or Paladin Fighter instead of, like, 2-weapon fighting, shield bashing, I mean, you'd have a much more potent person that still is the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, something similar-esque, anyway. Something that can sit there and carry the fight. I still want to be able to do some magic stuff. I thought I would be closer to I don't know if Pathfinder you can get to a prestige at 5, but I really thought Magus would get me there. But even still, I don't think one more level. I don't even think I can take Eldritch Knight at 6 yet. I think I have to wait at least until 7 because I still don't have 3rd level spells as a Magus at 5 levels of Magus. I thought it was just a wizard class, so. Or maybe I'm level 6. I must be level 6. Because the other chick has Fireball now. She had 1 level of Rogue when I got her. Alright, well I think I'm going to wrap up a hair early than usual, guys. There's not a particularly large assortment of people in the chat. There are a few. And I do apologize for those of you who have been hanging out with us all day and would like to continue hanging out. But I had a very long morning this morning. I streamed until 6. For those of you who weren't here the whole time. So there's lots of early morning stream that you could go back and watch on Twitch. Unfortunately, YouTube has probably already deleted all of that. Because I played uncopyrighted music. But, or copywritten music. So, unfortunately, you won't be able to watch it on YouTube. But you can check it out on my past pages. On my past video content. And, I said that was a blast. We had a real good time all day today. You guys can definitely check that out. Yeah, I'm gonna use the restroom, something in my nose is in the way. Get that blown, take a number 2. Take some sleeping pills and try to sleep through this upcoming migraine here. We'll try to be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time for some Pathfinder. That's the plan. I'm not 100% sure if I will honestly hold to that plan because I'm almost level 5. There's nothing more fun for me than like the first 10 levels of a new character in DDO. I really love it. So there's a reasonable chance that I audible at the last second to play a little bit more DDO tomorrow. But if that's true, then I will 100% play Pathfinder on Friday. So, because I'll still be in that fun zone, Well, I will have wanted to play at least one day at Pathfinder this week. So if I can stay on target, I'll do Pathfinder tomorrow, DDO tomorrow night, and then Factorio on Friday. That is my planned schedule right now, but I don't know if I'll stick to that. It all depends on my head. If I don't get much sleep and I'm brain melty, I'll play this, because I can't play Pathfinder when I'm half awake and asleep. It's not that kind of game. It needs most of my brain power to function. Alright, lads. Let me just glance and see if there happens to be... looks like Dirty is streaming Minecraft, so we're probably not going to raid Dirty, but we will host Dirty. And the only other person I see streaming that I follow is playing Terra, or Path of Exile. So we're probably not going to raid anybody, but hopefully you guys will check out some of these other fine folks. And I plan on seeing you guys in the morning. Have a wonderful night. Toodles.